All right, so how do you use Webflow to make a website? I'm going to show you really quick here in a few steps. First thing is you're going to have your design. So your design's ironed out. If you don't have a design ironed out, iron it out. I recommend Figma because there's a Figma plugin so that when I design it here, it transfers it into Webflow. It only works for new projects, but have your design worked out. After you have your design worked out, if you've never used Webflow before, you come here to Webflow University, you scroll down, you take it in this order. You take your getting started, elements, layout and design, CMS and dynamic content, and then interactions and animations. Those are your main heavy hitters. Once you've done that, you're ready to build in confidence. I would come here. Don't do any one of these because now you're more equipped to take your design to the real world. Hit select, create something. As we create it, we're going to work on, first of all, we're going to work on the structure of the website. Here's some of the structures that I've worked on that I've seen in the past that work pretty well. You start with a blank canvas. You're going to have your body elements navigator. You want to bring in a div. You're going to name that div page wrapper. Doesn't have to be this way. I'm just naming it just to give you the visual. And then once you have page wrapper, it's going to wrap all of your content in the page, so it allows you to control the whole document as well as add in any animations over all of the whole website, like when you're loading the website in or whatnot. Anyway, the next thing you do is add your nav bar. I think I have a nav bar component here. You're going to add a nav bar. You're going to add in a header image. I'm going to use layouts. I'm going to use layouts. I'm going to use some of the starter ones. I'm going to add in the header. I'm going to choose this one. After I added a header, I'm going to add in some more elements, which are going to be like my featured content or content page, depending on what we're creating. So I'm going to just add in a features page, features section. I'm going to add in something else. Excuse me, sorry, I'm going to put this inside of the actual page wrapper. Add something like that. After I'm finished, I'm going to add a footer. If I can find the footer. There we go. I'm going to choose something like that. Right. After that, I'm just going to see if everything looks good in this view. Make sure it looks good in that view. Looks good in this view. And everything seems to be okay. I want to also open up other views because that just seems like the right thing to do. So what this does is this modifies the design for larger screens. Okay, there we go. So after we have all of our content in the page wrapper, we got our navbar hero, some features, some gallery image, and then we got a footer. Now we're just going to see what that looks like in the real world. Want to publish. So it's publishing to a staging domain. It's not actually publishing to your domain's website. This is what it looks like in the real world. None of these should actually work. Now I have my skeleton. Okay, so from here, what I'll do is obviously you can add in your images. So you just bring in whatever image you might have here to the left. You change your text. And then later on, if you'd like to, you can add some animations. So when the page loads, you can add an animation to start. Let's start one. Let's add this animation to do something like to scale. Reset. Thank you. We want it to scale from where it is to this. Right. That's what we're going to do. Save. And then that is it. So let me show you what that looks like in the world. Actually, I don't think I saved. All right, so when they come to the website, some kind of animation happens, even though that's ugly, or we don't really actually want that. It's just how you do that after you've done those things. Okay, you've got your structure there. You have your elements that you need. I would normally make these elements here, the nav bar, a symbol. So the way you do that, click on it and hit create component. Sorry, it used to be called symbols. Let's say nav bar, generic, or general, whatever you want to name it, right? Right, and then that's that. I'm going to do the same thing for the footer. Footer, general. And then sometimes there's a CTA, but we're not going to do that, right? So we made those two image components. So therefore, we would need to add like an about us page. We're going to have the same nav. We're going to have the same nav bar. All right. So that's pretty much how we start building a website in Webflow. We're pretty much ready to go. I'm going to hit publish again to the staging website. And then there we go. We basically have our whole website, and it's only been about a few minutes.